All right, today we're going to get into something really fascinating from the philosopher Byung-Chul Han. We're talking about this idea he calls otherness, and we're going to look at how our relationship with AI, well, it might be quietly getting rid of something that's absolutely fundamental for human growth. And then we'll see what we can learn from a path that does the exact opposite. Okay, let's jump right in.
But hang on. First, let me ask you something. Do you ever just get that feeling that everything around you is becoming a little too smooth, a little too easy? You know, like the world is just this perfect mirror, reflecting back exactly what you want, exactly when you want it? If that sounds at all familiar, then you're already tapping into the very problem we're going to unpack today.
So let's start with this first big idea, a world that, according to Han, is seriously losing its otherness.
So what on earth is otherness? Well, it's not just stuff that's different. It's about running into something or someone that actually pushes back. It's the friction, the awkward pause, that moment of confusion. You know, think of a really difficult conversation, or a book that makes your head hurt, or trying to learn a new skill that you're just terrible at. That resistance, that's what forces us to change, to adapt, and yeah, to actually grow. And here's the kicker. When you take away that necessary friction, what are you left with? You're left in a world that just tells you you're right all the time. Everything is built to respond to you, not to challenge you. And sure, that might feel good for a minute, but it's a world where real, meaningful development just grinds to a halt. And you know, there's a ridiculously powerful force hitting the gas on this whole trend: artificial intelligence. I mean, just think about it. We're handing over some of the most essential human jobs to AI. We get it to summarize complex articles for us, to compose music, to paint pictures, even to draft our most personal emails. We're basically outsourcing the very things that used to make us struggle and think and create. And here's the thing that's so easy to miss. When we tell an AI to write an essay for us, we're not just skipping a boring task, we are losing the entire process. We're skipping the doubt, the frustrating search for just the right word, that quiet time spent really wrestling with a tough idea. Instead, bam, we get an instant product. The AI completely removes that essential moment of not knowing, that difficulty that is the very heart and soul of otherness. We get the shiny result, but we completely miss out on the growth that was supposed to happen along the way. And this gets right to the core of it. AI can imitate things like understanding or creativity. It can pretend, but it's a simulation. It's not a true other. It's just a really, really sophisticated mirror, reflecting and remixing what's already out there. It fills our world with more of the same, not with real, challenging, genuine encounters. Okay, so now I want to do a complete 180. Let's take this AI world of smooth, frictionless convenience and contrast it with a path that is designed from the ground up to do the complete opposite. Let's talk about the path of a monk. A monk's entire journey kicks off with this simple reflection, a conscious choice to step away from the familiar. It's a deliberate decision to become an outsider and to build a life that is defined by embracing otherness, not avoiding it. In fact, the monk's daily routine is literally structured around 10 specific reflections. You can almost think of them as a masterclass in how to actively seek out the very otherness that our modern world is trying so hard to erase. Okay, so let's put these paths side by side. It's pretty stark. The monk has to reflect that their survival literally depends on other people. They have to eat whatever food is given to them, talk about an encounter with unpredictability. The AI alternative? Total control. Order exactly what you want right now. Then the monk has to be open to criticism from their peers, a real, raw, uncontrollable form of otherness. The AI path, though, it gives you optimized affirmation. It's a system designed to make you feel good, not to challenge you. And the comparison just gets deeper. The monk is forced to confront the ultimate otherness, the fact that everything is impermanent, that loss is real. But technology, it gives us this incredible illusion of permanence. We back up our data, we clone our drives, we try to make it feel like nothing is ever truly lost. The monk has to ask, can I find delight in pure solitude and silence? In our world, there's no need for silence. Every single empty moment can be instantly filled with an endless river of algorithmically perfect content. So, what do you see when you put these two paths next to each other? What you see are two totally fundamentally different ways of being in the world. The monk's path, it's all about opening yourself up to challenge, to resistance, to difference. And the goal?
to transcend the self. The AI path is the polar opposite. It's designed to erase those very challenges. It cultivates comfort through speed and repetition, and its ultimate goal is just to reinforce the self that you already are.
So this brings us to the big question, to our conclusion. And I want to wrap up with a few lines that I think just perfectly capture this whole tension. So this first part, it's all about the monk's journey, right? A deliberate walk into the strange, willingly listening to that sharp whisper of otherness, a heart that's ready to learn from friction.
But this is our world, rushing, outsourcing our lives to technology. A world where convenience is everything, where there's no sting of criticism, no uncomfortable pause, no hard moment of reckoning.
And this is the real danger. When everything is just a mirror, when otherness is finally defeated, all you've got left is the echo of sameness. The self becomes this closed loop, and the world, in all its challenging, messy, beautiful reality, remains completely unlearned.
So I'll just leave you with this to think about. As we weave these incredibly powerful tools into every part of our lives, it's really worth asking, when we outsource our work, our art, our communication, are we also, maybe without even realizing it, outsourcing the very encounters with otherness that make us human, the very friction that actually allows us to grow?